out of our back pocket, and we have to add more volume so as to promote progression. That is your step 3. For step 3, you're going to pick one additional ab exercise that is still going to be stretch based, and applying the same approach you did for step 2, we are going to be doing 9 to 15 sets a week. So we up the exercise variation and we up the volume. 9 to 15 sets should be plenty for 99.9% of the population, because with 15 sets and 2 exercises, you have plenty of opportunities to apply progressive overload, which is going to blow up your abs. As always, logically, the exercise that you picked is going to be used for half of the workload. So if you do 10 sets a week, 5 sets, 5 sets. 12 sets a week, 6 sets, 6 sets, etc. I'm not going to insult your intelligence any further. At this point, you can start thinking about the details. So, when you start building a statue, at the start, if you begin with the details and you start to detail the lips, you're wasting your time. Il faut dégrosser, as we say in French. You have to do the big work first, and then the details can be taken care of. At this point, you should already have a good musculature, so you can start looking at the details of the core. Maybe you want more serratus development. Maybe you want more obliques development, more lower abs. Many people want bigger lower abs, which in this case, if that's the case for you, you're going to select a secondary movement that we introduced earlier that is going to do exactly that. Now, the ab tier list I'm working on, it's not out yet, but just as a few pointers, if you like obliques, windshield wipers are killer for obliques. If you like serratus development, not crunches, sit-ups on a decline bench with rotation of the core is killer for the serratus. And for the lower abs, leg raises all day, every day, and knee raises with pelvis flexion and extension and movement in the pelvis is killer for that. So you can pick any of these movements and you can apply this. I would encourage you guys to not pick more than this, because if you start picking 3 or 4 exercises for the abs, you're going to lose yourself. You can use variations, right? To me, a leg raise and a knee raise is the exact same thing. It's a variation. A sit-up with rotation or straight is pretty much the same thing because it's the same pattern. So pick 2 that you really enjoy and get at it. Do your 9 to 15 sets and isolate the portions of the ab that you want to see grow. Keeping in mind, of course, that any good ab exercise involves spinal flexion, and spinal flexion, regardless of the way you do it, is going to train the whole core. A normal sit-up also trains the oblique, the lower abs, and the serratus, all in their entirety. Once you're at step 3, you can stay at step 3 for the rest of your life. I'm at step 3. I don't do more than 9 to 15 sets a week. I don't do more than 2 exercises. Mine are sit-ups and leg raises, as I just explained. If you get to that point, you have a six-pack. If you don't, I will personally reimburse you the negative amount of money you paid for this plan because it's free. The last thing I want to add before I finally close this video is that spinal flexion itself, I know, scares some people, but when done properly under load for the abs, it's safe. I know that there is this myth that floats around that, sit-ups are bad for your spine. They're not. I mean, it's a function of the spine. If you have pain, it means that the problem is somewhere else, and the sit-ups just aggravate the pain. Or you're a big fucking idiot and you hurt yourself doing sit-ups, which I didn't even know was possible. But if that's the case, and if, let's say, you had a car accident and sit-ups hurt, you can do something instead that is going to decompress the spine. So leg raises and hanging leg raises can be a worthy replacement if you are not able to do your spinal flexions. And that is going to conclude this video. So the entire plan, step by step, is in the pinned comment for you guys. Every single master plan I've ever done is in the description. You have no excuses now not to have a six-pack by next summer. I want every single natural bodybuilder to have a nice developed core because it's going to improve your physique so much that there really is no reason not to isolate and train your abs, especially when the plan to follow is that easy. I'm going to leave you with that. Thank you for watching. Have a good night.